of the fact that you guys have dealt with injuries pretty well all season, you keep winning no matter who comes out, it seems like, does that make it easier, or is it more of a challenge because the playoffs are so close?
No, we've been fortunate. I mean, really, we've been pretty fortunate with injuries this year compared to some of the other teams. So, you get a guy here or a guy there, but besides Sammy Blaze, obviously, and Capo was over quite a while. But for the most part, we've been pretty fortunate with the injuries, and we've got a lot of guys around. So the only tough part about this one is Capo was playing real well. He just got back from missing 8 weeks, and I think he had 3 or 4 games there. In his last game, he had 2 goals and played really good. So that it'd be definitely disappointing for him. But again, it's not long term. It's going to be we fully expect him to be back and hopefully possibly play the maybe 2 or 3 of the last games, but we expect him for playoffs. So.
Do you get a sense that he's frustrated about the injury, considering he had missed all that time and came back and was playing well?
I'm sure he is. I mean, I haven't talked to him about it, but I'm sure, why wouldn't you be? Definitely. I mean, but you just got to move on. You got to focus on what you can do. Quick little rehab and get back at it. So that's all you can do. Can't worry about it. You got to think positive, and good things will happen for him.
When you guys made all the deadline acquisitions, and you get a guy like Andrew Kopp, and you know what he can do from watching him, but you don't know till you have him on your team. Has he exceeded your expectations so far of what he could do?
Maybe a little bit. I expected him to be a good, solid player. Maybe he's playing with a pretty skilled guys there, so he's probably getting a few more points than I thought he would. But I like what he's bringing to our team. He's good for the PK. He's playing the second PP unit, and definitely that line's been better. And I think I like the way he plays the overall game, and he scored some big goals for us and made some good plays. So no, I really like him.
A guy with his track record, you wouldn't maybe necessarily think he'd fit well with a player like Panarin. But did you kind of see something that you thought might work there?
Yeah, I just seen an opportunity there. Like I said, with Capo being out, and some opportunity to put him there and give him a chance up there. And when we got him again, people probably look at him as saying a real good third line player, but there's all kinds of players that move up in the lineup and do better. And I just like the way he skates. He's a big, strong guy and goes to the net, and he opens up some room for those guys.
When you have 6 games left, sometimes the guys might be looking at the playoffs, but you're playing for first. How much is that good to keep focused?
Well, we were in the situation last week. Same. There's no difference. I mean, you don't look by teams. We didn't look by Detroit. Philadelphia, the game in Philly. So you got to play one game at a time. You can't worry about the 6 games you got to play. You get ready for Winnipeg tomorrow and get ready for that game. And the standings take care of themselves. I mean, I'm happy where we're at, obviously, but we'll see where we finish, and that's where we're going to play. I mean, you can't worry about who you're going to play. You just worry about playing the best you can in the games and getting prepared.
When you think about resting guys or whatever that's going to look like, whoever, and you've got a guy, Kreider, he's a few goals away maybe from setting team record. Do you take any of that into consideration, or is that you just have to focus on?
Well, I don't see Chris Kreider wanting the rest. He's that big horse of a guy that just seems to keep going and going. And I think if you give Kreider a rest, he'll want to come to the rink and work out twice that day. So I don't think he's that type of person. So I don't worry about the record. I'd love to see him get the record. And I told him that in the bench the other night. Let's try and score some goals here. Get this record. But he just takes it one game at a time. There's no pressure there at all. And if Kreider comes to us and says I don't feel good, then obviously we'd put him into the lineup. But it's just sort of a day-to-day thing. If we think a guy needs a little break, then we'll give it to him. But he showed no indication of that.
Would you ask individual guys? Do you want to rest or?
I don't go and ask guys like that. No, definitely not. That's why we got our medical staff and our trainers, and they're with those guys all the time. They're in the gym with them all the time, and so strength and conditioning coaches and those guys. So, and if we see something on the ice where but I've seen nothing like that with our team. We've got a pretty good schedule to finish the year off, and we had a day off yesterday, and so lots of days off, and so I think our team's in a good place right now.
Seeing what happened with Lafreniere the other night didn't make you think you want to do that more?
Yeah, maybe for Laffy. If he could sit one game and score 2 goals, he'd do that for sure.
Yeah.
No, it was great. He had lots of jump. He looked really good, and it's special for a young player to score a goal like that. That second goal was really pretty, and just gives you more confidence.
That skill level, we've seen it in flashes with him, but that was maybe the best or most skilled play he's made as a Ranger. So does that jump out to you?
Oh, it definitely jumped out. I mean, to see him score that goal, and it was a great play to make, but just the way he finished it too was outstanding. So I just think that's a young player with confidence, and the more you do that, the better. But you know, you can't do those plays every night, but it's nice to see him do that and be successful with it.